We're here. It's Tuesday, and well, we decided to do a little hour here, so we're gonna do an hour and we're gonna hang out. But as always, here's Xwing. He doesn't need an introduction.
Hello, everybody.
We were just playing backstage and kind of trying to figure out some Switcher shit, doing some tech stuff. But first of all, I didn't get in the stream last night because my internet was acting like I was in the outer rim.
Not for lack of trying.
No, I tried. I tried my little hiney off. But yeah, so you got your today's actually your 1 year.
Yep.
We went a little early last time.
It was 1 year at Hangar Bay, technically, right, because I'm going to be in Tennessee on Sunday, so I figured we'd do it on Sunday. Yeah,
do it early. Well, and then you guys could also, put up some phones and do some shit from out there while you're at ICC. So that'll be good.
Yep.
You basically do what me and Shiva are going to be doing at Celebration, is just putting our phones up in the air the whole time. And what? Did you see that? Oh shit! Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm super pumped. Apparently, they're going to have a big Jedi display at this convention. That's like one thing that's on the floor plan. It's huge. It's a Jedi, and so I'm really excited for that. I'm a Rogue One, kind of a horror for Rogue One. So,
well, I mean, and the fact that they're putting that much thought into what they're putting out, and you were on with Coach or Nick over at EBN with the guy who's putting the whole thing together. Yep. So you got a little insight as to what they're doing and who they're bringing on.
Yeah.
So that's good. You have a little insight as to what you're walking into. I looked at Coach's post today, and it looks like it's going to be raining the whole time you guys are there potentially.
No.
That's what I was just looking at his posts, and it was like 40%, 50%, 50%, 40% chance of rain. I was like,
never tell me the odds.
Never tell me the odds. But damn. So yeah, man. I was thinking it would be fun to, I don't know, take a little journey back in time, maybe.
Oh God.
And let's, take a look at the evolution that is Xwing. So I thought it would be fun to take a look at you in all of your glory. So yeah,
it's gonna be embarrassing, dude.
It might be. You never know. It could be fun. We're gonna have a good time. So, So let's start at the beginning here.
Oh God.
Let's take a step back at the beginning.
What is going on YouTube? I apologize for
and really look
crappy quality on the camera. It's Xwing. I was just on a stream with Theory. I promised him I would make a YouTube channel, and I'm going to.
Listen to the resolve.
The camera's not so great.
Listen,
right now,
listen to the excitement.
I apologize. But, I do have.
I think you were still buzzing.
I'm going to be making better videos in the future.
So
I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it.
You can see some toys in the background.
Everything that I know about
the background has changed quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot more stuff.
Prints and making them beautiful.
But yeah, I think so. We started there, and that was cute and fun. That was what 11 months ago. I didn't like that, so I'm gonna like that now.
11 months and 30 days.
Basically, this was 1 year ago today. If you're looking, I'm gonna put it back up. We're gonna put it back up for everybody to see. If you right there, April 26th, 2021. So this is a full year ago. And
I was skinnier then.
Well, you hadn't probably spending so much time in the chair.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So yeah, so that was the beginning of the journey. That was a year ago, everybody. So
clean shaven, so handsome. What happened?
That's where it started. And then we started getting into all kinds of fun. I mean, did you think you would be doing this a year from then?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to stick with it for sure. I just wasn't sure that anybody was gonna come with me on the journey. The most shocking thing has been how many people have been like, "Yeah, let's do this, bro."
Yeah, well, I mean, you've had some help along the way. I mean, we've had.
I wouldn't look or sound like this if it wasn't for you.
well, I was going to say more along the lines of this. Where is that handsome fellow? Where did he go? Is he at the beginning? Where is he? This is it should have a Braden in here somewhere.
That is the Qui-Gon saber that he sent me that we were talking about on the 1-year anniversary. So that's how long that print has been sitting in my room. It's gray now because it's been primed, but
right. And then mom's there.
Oh,
Mom's there. So this is some of our first interactions with mom, and the leader of the Discord, basically. So tell us how this whole thing came about, right? Let's talk. We're time traveling a little bit. We got time. We know what we were going to talk about, and we've talked about everything else all the time. So, was this the first? This the first time you had mom on the stream? Yeah.
Yeah, this was my first live stream ever. I think
it was.
I think it was my first live stream ever. Yeah, because I didn't know. I don't think I had any video editing software really. I think that the first one I shot off of the camera app on the computer.
Yep.
And then I was like, "Hey, Braden, I don't have anybody to talk to. You want to come on and talk about Star Wars? Like, screw it. We're the only 2 people here. Let's do this."
Right.
So popped him on, and yeah, I mean, man, look at that chat. Chat was popping, dude.
Yeah,
Darth Weaven's there. How cool is that?
That's at the end of the stream too. Like, you go to the beginning, Braden's there.
Braden, Nathan, yeah.
Nathan and Will are there.
There's Will, yeah, Kenobi,
Andrew.
Aeromal.
I mean, we miss Aeromal. So and that's what this was kind of. This was kind of my intention a little bit, was kind of to time travel a little bit and take a look at who was around back then.
Where am I going? Man, I miss Aeromal. I hope he's doing okay.
T Money is in the stream there. Charlie's in the stream there. Patrick's in the stream there.
Oh, Patrick, I miss him too. Charlie,
Braden. T Money. I mean, you brought T Money and Braden on.
I remember. I think that was the stream where T Money showed me that Kat LaSalle could do art. I had no idea that she was an artist. Yeah, and I saw it and I just geeked out, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's definitely been. I mean, and the funny thing is, this is just a year ago, right? Think of some of these guys who've been doing this for 10 years, and like, oh my god, look at all that. So we're gonna, just call this a retrospective, if you will. Looking back at everything. I mean, without that guy, your Discord wouldn't be, where it is today.
I wouldn't have one. I didn't know what it was. I might have one, but I wouldn't I wouldn't know what the hell was going on.
And see, this is a good day to do this, because I don't know if you guys paid attention, but we finally broke that 1.7 mark.
Oh, snap.
You finally got you to 1.8. So
that was my secret goal for today. I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to think I was doing shit for clout. But yeah, we hit that 1.8.
There you go. See, and that's the whole idea, right? Is that it's not about the clout.
Did you make 5 different anonymous accounts? Don't lie to me. You made 5 anonymous accounts and just.
I did. I made 5 anonymous accounts today. One of them was Xwing, Xwing. One of them was like Xwing spoilers. One of them was buymyxwingstuff.com. So there's like 4 or 5 new ones that probably have your name on it. No, I mean, really, that's the whole point of doing all these cross platforms and all these, Santa streams and getting out there. Not only do we like having, conversations with these guys, but this is, cross pollination is a big part of what we do.
Did you say buy my Xwing stuff? There's like a bunch of Xwing signed merch on there, and I've literally never signed anything as Xwing ever in my entire
life. I actually bought a stamp that's got your name, like you put it on your stream, and I'm just stamping these things left and right and selling them on YouTube or on eBay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you didn't think you'd be where you were at. Your goal was 1,000 subscribers in that first year, and that's an ambitious goal at that. So getting to where you're at in this first year, I think a lot of people were surprised at the growth. And I don't even think you'd be where you are right now. I think you were kind of even surprised at being here.
I've been shocked. Yeah. I mean, the most shocking moment, we'll probably get into that at some point, but that 1K was.
Yeah, 1K is clutch. I mean, here's where we learned how to do intro countdowns.
Oh man, do you remember those?
And then here's one of the first looks at the new position for your camera stuff. The lighting
Yeah.
wasn't
I got
quite
my
there
new
yet.
I got my desk. I got my
Yeah.
new desk.
You
Yeah.
got your desk. You can see the background rearranging a little bit, and then we brought in some more friends.
I just remember like my hype level on getting just that desk because I was doing work for RC Willie at the time. I was doing a huge maintenance that took like a week long, and every day I would walk downstairs and I would see this kind of like carbon fiber top desk with like an LED bar, and I'm like, and it would RGB change, all the fucking YouTuber things you have to do. It had the RGB changing strip on it, and I'm like, if it's the last thing I do, if I have to work my ass off for the next month, like I'm getting this desk, I'm getting this desk, I'm getting this desk. And so I worked a bunch of extra OT, got the desk, ordered it on Amazon, and it freaking showed up, and I threw the thing together. I'm like, I'm a YouTuber, dude. I got a cool desk, man.
Yeah, I mean that's that's where it started, right?
I felt so cool.
So I mean, but that's kind of the thing. Your backgrounds have changed, your videos have changed, the quality of what you're putting out is completely different than it was in the beginning. I mean, we can go through your thumbnail game if you want. Let's jump through some early thumbnails. I mean, just a lot of your face running around, right? He bought a camera. This was fun. That's
what's up, guys?
I mean, you got your Solo and Carbonite back there. You got all kinds of stuff. I mean,
these are my gaming headphones.
This is what I've been enjoying. I have been going through your just the backgrounds the whole time over here in some of the first interviews you did with like ABJ, who we miss a bunch.
Yeah. He may be back. I don't know. I mean, you've been in the Twitter chat. He's talking.
Yeah, he's talking.
That was when we had Order 66.
It doesn't happen. A lot of
Yep. I mean, this is you had some ABJ who, we miss his we miss that brand of energy.
Bring it in. Now back it up.
Right. So, I mean, these are the kind of people that you've interacted with. These are the,
dude, I haven't gone through this. Like I haven't gone through this. This is like looking through a yearbook.
That's what I mean. And that's what today is kind of about. It's kind of about, it's kind of about this, you're like, oh, should we stream? It's actually the anniversary of the channel today. And I was like, yeah, fuck, let's go. Fuck it.
Dude, so the one on the left that says love yourself, Xwing, I remember that night very, very well because I was watching a Nerd Theory, and I remember it was Josh Lucas was like, dude, like, I hope nobody has to go through being a full-time YouTuber. I hope nobody has to do this stuff. Like, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And I'm like, I had like at least 6 beers, and I'm like, no, man, everyone should do this. Like, right. Come on, it's amazing. And it was so heartfelt, and it just, I don't know if it landed, but
well, I mean, but this is the thing is like some of your streams where you're nice and saucy, like in this one, you can kind of see it in your face a little bit. But you were feeling genuine, and I think that's what people like about you is, you call a spade. You have fun. You do you. I mean, here's where you started learning how to really do backgrounds.
Yo, that was Mr. Star Wars Nerds that did that channel art for me. Remember, because you remember Swing? The Swing art was the reason why I have that background, because I hit up Mr. Nerds and I was like, dude, I paid this dude from Indonesia like $50, and I got the horror that is Swing. I don't even know if I still have it saved on my computer anywhere, but it was just like nightmare fuel, dude. And he's like, well, here, let me throw something together really quick. And he did that Xwing background. It's been my channel art ever since. Yep,
it has. You did some Hangar Bay model making, and
we didn't build any models on that.
You did some, mod and community. I guess technically this would be your first Hangar Bay. Technically. Right.
Yeah.
T-Money and Aiden.
Hangar Bay #1. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It was Aiden and T-Money.
So, I mean, that's kind of been a reoccurring thing, aside from, you know, a Sunday here, a Sunday there, that you can't really get it in. But I mean, this is where your whole
Man, that was my original logo. Victory or death. X-Wing, victory or death. Man, I had one t-shirt made with that logo on it, and I brought it home. I was so excited. It looked horrible. It looked horrible on the t-shirt, and I was so proud of that thing, dude. And I was wearing it every day. I'm like, bro, I got like 200 subs. I'm a freaking YouTuber. And I left it out one day, and my dog literally ate the shirt. He picked it up off the bed. He ripped everything. Dude, the sleeves were torn apart. I was heartbroken. Because I'm a nostalgic rat packer. Like, dude, if there's a first of anything, like, I pack it away, and I've got boxes of firsts of everything. And it's just dude, I was heartbroken. I was so heartbroken. I remember thinking X-Wing unboxes Wedge's Antilles Black Series helmet was like my greatest thumbnail I would ever create ever.
Which one was that? Let's see.
It's the bottom left with the blue lightsaber. I was like,
oh,
dude,
yeah.
Oh, that's a clutch one right there.
Yeah. And then, you know, your unboxing was pretty fantastic.
Oh, that's my old intro.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this hurts my soul.
X-Wing. I am so excited. It finally came in the mail. I can't believe I'm getting to tell you this, but
Listen how shitty that mic is.
I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was just looking by it and enjoying the quality.
I still have it.
Of your stream. But you know, these are the growing pains, though. I mean, right? This is not it's seldom a turnkey and leave it alone thing. I mean, you see the big guys, you know, all across everywhere. You see the change in the evolution of the rooms, you see the lighting structure, you see everything move forward. Your whole situation has changed drastically since your first I'm going to say mediocrely lit stream, right?
Yeah, you weren't a fan of my lighting.
No.
I've since changed my lighting.
It's evolved a little bit, but I think a lot of people have enjoyed this kind of stuff that you've done, where you're breaking down helmets, you're going through collectibles. I think this is where you really might have got. Oh, well, you hear it. Where you got your legs, right? I think people really started to pay attention to what you were doing as you started going through the massive amount of collectibles.
Man.
Right. So
that guy's awesome. I like that guy. I don't know who this dude is, but I like that guy.
And he's so humble, that guy.
He was so humble, so sweet.
You know, but then you're, you know, I mean, yes, we all have a good time, right? We all like to poke at the bear. We all like to have fun with one another. But really, this is the stuff that you.
Oh, I can't watch this, dude. That
you enjoy doing. Don't make me cry, bro. Right. So you go through this and you do some of this stuff here. I'll even put it on mute because the thank you so much. That literally like went cotton mouth. I was like, I know. I'm a mess. I know.
I can't watch that, dude.
So I put it on mute for you. But you know, this is the 500 subscriber area. And this is where you were like, what was this? Let's look. This is January. So this is about 7-8 months in, right?
Yeah.
And it's growth, right? It's growth. That's what we're talking about. So you've met a lot of fun people. I mean, we could really go back if we want to, but so out of all the people you've met and you've interviewed and you've had a good time with, what would you say is your like, what do you enjoy the most? What are you having the most fun doing? What's the or meeting or any of that stuff? Because you've been all over the place.
Yeah. I've met a bunch of awesome people, a bunch of really great people that are like, you know, way above my pay grade. You know what I mean? Like cool YouTubers and you know, voice actors and all kinds of. I mean, obviously, Mark Anthony Austin is somebody that sticks out, and Equities Network, all awesome dudes. But Hangar Bay.
What did you do? What did he do? I'm lost. I don't know what happened to him. I mean,
I'm here.
you're here. You gonna cry? Don't cry.
No, I'm
Okay,
good.
you can cry here. It's a safe space. I mean, I feel like, the Hangar Bay is definitely one of those things that I think is kind of unique. I'm in a lot of Discords. I would say there's easily 15 or 20 different Discords in my chat, in my bubble on the left. And I think number, dollars to donuts and all that, I think you're pretty well up there with the amount of conversation that goes on your Discord. Right? There's a lot of other Discords.
Yeah.
But I don't see I don't see as much conversation as on your community. And I don't know if that's Mom's fault. I don't know if that's Matt. I don't know Risman. I don't know who's the most responsible for that whole community as to what it is, because in the beginning there were like, what, 20 of us? So it was easy to kind of chat with everybody, but now I don't even know how many people are in there. Mom, Risman, if you're in the chat, you would know.
Yeah, it's over. I think it's the last time I checked, it was over 200. Maybe we're at 3. I don't know, but I don't think anybody really gets a gold badge other than Mum.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think really anybody gets a gold badge other than the people that are in there every day. The people that are in there talking and creating these conversations and building friendships. When somebody comes in and you get 600 welcomes and everybody's like, "Hello, welcome. Hey, join my squad." Those are the people who do it, man.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the think about how many times a day you're in there, right? I mean, there's that mom and Risman. I mean, I'm convinced Risman's a clone of somebody else that they just tag day to night because he's everywhere. Yeah. He's moderating everything
constantly. So, the dude doesn't sleep. He's a vampire.
Who's mom?
Who's mom? That's Braden. That's Braden.
That's all over the place. Who's mom? Who's mom? Is mom a person?
That's Braden, legend. He's the dude who created the Discord. He's made the custom bots, everything. When we were doing trivia, he created the bots that do trivia. I mean, he has done all the coding to make squadrons and all the chat rooms, everything. And beyond that, even beyond that, he actually has a backup server that he's created with everything cloned, and he's always tweaking and improving the backup server so that if something comes in, his backup server has all the coding and everything handled so that he can just import it directly into the server. Like, I don't know how I got so lucky to meet that guy. Like, he's my guardian angel. He's my social guardian angel.
Yeah, I mean, he's largely responsible for a great number of the acolytes of your Discord, right? Agreed. I mean, he's master. Yeah. I hit him up for questions every now and again, but so yeah, I mean, you've had a lot of help. We all need help. It's good to have help, but
there was somebody else that helped me too.
Oh, I mean, I'm me aside. I mean, but I'm not even looking for gloat here. Okay.
No, don't worry. We'll get into that.
Here's another one of your great intros.
I loved that intro.
So
what's going on, everybody?
And this was a good.
So excited.
I mean, you're super geeked out the whole time.
Oh, dude, I changed my background up, so I had the slave one. I had the Jeremy signed picture behind me. I had one of the original comics right there, and then it all cut off when I started the stream. I was so bummed.
And it was like this instead of like this.
Yeah.
Those rookie mistakes. Those rookie mistakes. You know better now. See, you can do fun stuff like this on the bottom where you actually have his
Well,
name instead of
it's not like it matters,
Does
know.
not
I mean,
matter
in
at
the end all be all, it doesn't matter. But these are things that content creators do. You look back at it and you're like, I ruined it. I ruined the whole stream. I ruined it.
yeah.
It was all
Yeah.
Boba Fett themed, and I
blew
ruined it.
I blew it. I blew it. Yeah, I mean that's that's how you feel, right? But I mean, look, you're wearing the Slave One shirt.
Oh yeah.
You were amped the F up for this
Dude, I spent a
entertainment.
day in fits. I was so nervous. I mean, that's the first person that I've ever talked to that's been in a Star Wars movie, regardless of how you feel about, the specialized editions or anything like that. I mean, this dude was in Star Wars and also created a bunch of stuff in Star Wars. I mean, you think about the Ronto. Remember the Jawa falling off the Ronto in the special ed? That was all him. I always call them dingoes. That's not what I meant to say. The dewbacks.
Right.
He was in on the dewbacks and stuff like
Well,
that.
and
It's
he's
insane.
an artist also, right? It's not just the acting that
crazy
he
artist.
did.
Yeah.
He does some amazing art. So the fact that you've been able to reach out to some of these people and get some of these people on. I mean, you can see you're clean shaven. You got no rat tail on top of your upper lip. You're not wearing your hair's did.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
I've said it before. Mustaches are stupid, but
bro.
What is thy bidding?
But no, I mean, look, your hair's done. There's no hat. It looks like you got some product in your hair. You were,
oh yeah, there was some
really
product.
jazzed.
Oh yeah,
this.
dude. Oh, I was in my Sunday best for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you probably tried on a couple different outfits. You had to make sure you had the right stuff going. You probably did your hair a few times. So,
dude, do you remember the old Boomer intro? It's the old guy in the plane.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I was actually going to jump a little forward in time, and we were going to do. I saw after our 30-second.
Man, those 30-second countdowns.
Those 30-second countdowns, right?
Introduce, and the song remains.
Your favorite airplane?
Oh man, yes, the Banana Man. You know what's funny? That song never got clipped for copyright. That song never got hit for copyright. And then the newer version of the song, it gets hit for copyright every single time we do a Boomer.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Freaking weird.
Well, and then you started this thing that we do weekly. The cast has changed.
The cast has changed.
The cast has changed, but the message is still the same. So you've done a lot of reaching out, so to speak.
Dude, 90% of my YouTube career has been throwing myself at walls and hoping somebody puts a hand down. Like, it is just reaching out and 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 being like, hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm here. Anybody want to talk to me about this? Anybody want to talk to me about that? And people eventually stick their hand out and they're like, yeah, dude, let's have a conversation. But I mean, you want to talk about being a door-to-door salesman? Like, if you want to start a YouTube and have guests on and people to talk to and stuff, you're a door-to-door salesman. So just be prepared for that, because you got to talk to a lot of people to try to make something happen.
Facts.
Not to mention getting like two people who are well known together. It's like herding 1,000 cats into a freaking doghouse.
I mean, not only that, but I mean, it's like you're saying, it's like being a door-to-door salesman, a vacuum cleaner salesman, if you will, right? It doesn't matter. It's all timing.
Yeah.
Number one, it's all luck of the draw, and your reputation is only as big as the last biggest person you've talked to, right? So that's a real life thing.
But
here
then you have awesome people like ABJ and Justin, who, even though you have zero, like, literal, and in YouTube's eyes, you have 0 subscriptions, and they're like, oh, you seem like a cool dude. Yeah, let's chat.
Yeah.
And then they come and they support you. So I think really, it was something that Drunk 3PO said that's going to stick with me forever, is like, all you can do is make the content that you want to make. And then hopefully eventually the right people are going to come to you and support you. And that's exactly what's happened with you, with Risman, with Braden, with Solonic, everybody. I mean, yeah.
Right. And then, and you're doing different shit. You know, that's kind of the idea here is to try to, you know, set yourself apart a little bit, right? Trying to find something that's a little you. And so you've done some stuff that I wouldn't necessarily do.
I was gonna do this at 5,000 subscribers.
You know,
To
you're
5,000
open book.
subs. Listen to that kid.
You're like, no, I'm gonna do this in like 7 years.
Not a chance.
But you know, you went for it and you started your
That was a
your
massive
build.
investment, by the way.
Bro, and a massive undertaking.
You know what's done right now? A leg.
Yeah, I know. We talked about this the other day. That leg that you did this day.
That leg. Yeah, that leg is done. Yeah. When
so
was
not-
that? July of last year. Yeah.
July
So one leg is done. Yeah.
But not every single thing we do is, you know, gets finished. Right.
Bro, dude. Well, not only that, like projects that start, but God, some of the YouTube projects I've started have. You start something with a bunch of hope and ambition. I almost don't want to talk about it because I don't know that it's ever going to come to fruition. But and I know that's a thing. That's a thing that I'm still holding on to. That is like sitting in my left tit pocket that I'm holding on to. That I think may be a thing someday. But who knows?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of projects that we, us, everybody have undertaken. There's games that you've started that you're like, I'm gonna finish this, and you're like, no, I moved on
Absolutely
to
not.
something else.
Yeah.
So you know, it is. I think the Lego Star Wars game might be the only game everybody's gonna finish, right?
Right.
Aside from Fallen Order, but you know, we do a lot of gaming, we do a lot of playing, we have a lot of fun, we talk a lot of shit. But at the end of the day, this is for fun, right? And I
Right.
think people take things a little too serious sometimes.
Oh, are we gonna go into the dark times?
We can talk about whatever you want. Fuck, I got no agenda.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
people move on. You know, they find other things that they want to do. They have other goals, right? Everybody has their path here on their YouTube journey. So, you know, things fizzle and things come and things go, and we try to do different things, but ultimately you've had a lot of different segments, let's call it. This is one of my favorite
Oh my
segments.
God! Friday night Star Wars fight. Oh,
This is one of my favorite of
God,
all of
oh
the
boy!
segments you've done over the year.
God,
And
these
got salty.
dude, these got more hate than I have ever gotten in my entire life. Well, okay, maybe that's not true. I've done some other things that I got some hate for, but dude, Friday night fights, my entire community was like, no. I'm like, I'm trying something new. Not everything is going to be the same. You know,
No.
we're trying something different. Everybody's like, no, we don't want no Friday night fight. I remember this was the Smasher Past or Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Yeah.
I think I called it Fork, Marry, Kill or something like that.
Well, and that's you did.
This was
It's Fork, Marry, Kill, and then contestants, and then I don't know what the third one says. I can't read it.
I don't remember, but I do.
Basura, trash.
Basura, yeah, in the trash. Yeah, I still I remember. I actually still have that overlay. Friday night fight. What's got you mad? I still have that overlay in my StreamYard because someday, that will come back.
You're gonna bring it back, huh?
Oh my God, Ladage, you remember the veto stream with Strike? Were you around for that?
I mean, you know, we've got all kinds of shit that you've done here, right?
Dude, I've like,
right?
I feel like I've got like iCloud storage in my brain, and I get to like 97%, and then I delete like 40% of it, and then fill it back up, and then I delete 40%, and then fill it back up.
I mean, here's another good example of another.
Oh, these are great. Okay, these are great. I don't care who you are. I was last weekend. I was thinking about doing a Saturday night spooky because I was like, man, I miss these. I created the whole intro and everything with the sounds and the screams. I even altered my Xwing normal circle logo to make it all spooky. Hello, my lovelies. Hello, my lovelies. I didn't even have a green screen then.
No, we were just going straight background.
Yeah,
Your
that
face-
game is so scary, bro.
Your face is terrified.
I was terrified the majority of the time. Yeah. Yeah. See, Ronnie doesn't even know what that is. What's Saturday Night Spookies?
Bro, you got to go back, bro. Okay, everybody, that's what this is about. This is not only about being around for the homies and doing something different, but this is also about showing you guys, the new people maybe that have followed my stuff, some of the old stuff from
We've
last
been through
year.
a lot, man.
Dude, it's been a fast journey, right? I mean, it's been fast. There's nothing can say.
Yeah, Saturday Night Spookies. I would do a stream every Saturday night, and I would play some kind of spooky game. Outlast was the one that got played most of the time. Outlast 2, because I'd already played Outlast 1. And yeah, that game scared the shit out of me, man.
Yeah.
I still have TikTok clips of me playing some of that game. It scared the shit out of me.
I mean, I didn't watch those streams because just the music is enough to get me.
I know you'd pop in for 2 seconds, you'd be like,
I'd be
"Hey,
like,
no,
"Hey,
fuck
guys,
that.
okay, I'm
Yep,
scared.
I'm out."
Bye." And that's what it was. I told Santa the same thing today. I was like, no, I'll pop in and say, "Hi, I'm scared. Okay, mute. Gotta go." Like, I don't mind leaving it up so that you guys can get those watch hours, because I want to see what you're talking about. I just don't want to be there while you're talking about some of this stuff. So going even further into the dive.
My old neon intro. This is when I first figured out what Streamlabs was.
Right. This is when you first started. This is when OBS, when you really started.
Oh, dude, do you remember these?
Yes, dude. So this is Saturday night Gmod. This is, with the boys.
Yep. This was the first of the Chad batch.
Chad batch, right?
Yep.
This is the early rendition of the Chad batch.
Nothing's ever gonna beat that first Chad batch, dude.
No, that's
that first Chad batch was just amazing.
Yeah. But I mean,
it's an evil Rissman. It's an evil Rissman. He put the shark pulls out a lightsaber.
But yeah, this is when
I missed that format. That was a really good looking little format.
Well, and that's the thing, is like sometimes new isn't always better.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, sometimes simple is easy, and that's why it's simple. But yeah, so you got. I mean, who built this one? Was this a Strike build, or
this was Crit? Yeah, this was Crit and Strike. Yeah, you got to give Strike credit too. It was both of them.
I mean, you guys are having a great time. This is September.
Save Rissman.
Save Rissman.
Oh, this is dude. My endorphin levels are just like
good.
They're through the roof right now.
That's the point. It should be. Yesterday was great because everybody got to come in and throw, have a party and throw it. But really, did you really appreciate the year aside from the people that you were hanging out with? Did you really go back and look at everything? No, it was a mutual admiration society night. And when you're like, "Bro, you want to stream?" I was like, "Oh, dude, let's go. Let's do a retrospective. This will be so fun." So I've been planning this shit all day since you said let's stream. I was like, "What are we going to talk?" And I just started scrolling through your channel.
There's so much, dude. You have to click on the Visions watch party. You have to click on the Visions. Do you remember this? Oh my god, dude!
So much fun, dude. This was the first time I think we stayed up late.
Yeah.
Right. This is the first time we really dove in, because before this there wasn't anything for us to watch.
Yeah.
Right. Mando had already been out and about, and everybody was
my very first watch party.
That's what I mean. So this is the beginning of what's coming with Kenobi and what's coming with Bad Batch and what's coming with Andor this summer. This summer, there's going to be a lot of this shit.
Dude, you have to go to I think right when we end it, and I'm like, I don't want to be mean, and you're like, you can be mean. You want to be mean? You can be mean.
Here, let's see. Oh, I found it.
Oh my god! Look at that click.
It's maybe 6 and 8 the rest of the way through. But
look how beautiful that format was.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna chug through them because it's Star Wars content sanctioned by Lucasfilm, so I have to. Just like if they made another Rey story, I would have to watch the whole thing.
You're so tired, dude.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah,
I was so tired.
I don't want to be mean because this isn't something that
You can be mean.
it's not
Who says
some-
you can be mean?
I don't want to be fucking mean. I mean, the whole reason I did this was because I've got people in my community who love anime, and I'm trying to bridge that gap, and I want to try. You know what I mean? But
Well,
that
and
was
this is-
fucking awful for me.
Well, that's where we're gonna stop that one. That was perfect.
Those
That
are good
was
times.
perfect. Oh, that was great. But that's what I mean is like this is the stuff you should do every year, right? This is the stuff you should do on the anniversary of your channel. And with the rest of the people is that everybody should find their best clip and play it and let the room kind of interact towards it. Because I had a great time going through this shit.
There's some nuggets in there for sure.
Bro, there are some hilarious. The fact that see, you scored because, and I'm gonna find the right clip. Okay, you fucking scored because I have a fantastic partner that puts up with a lot of my shit.
Oh no.
I can't see anything. Oh.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bienvenue à Paris.
Bonjour à Paris.
Uh,
I remember this because Star Wars. It was the first time Star Wars Meg hopped in my chat.
right,
Yeah, he-
right. And then I love that your partner is just like
Everybody say hello to Mrs. Xwing.
she's just like, hi.
So yeah, we made it. It was fairly uneventful.
I mean, you have fun. I mean, I'm not gonna play your short that was highly controversial.
What short was controversial? Is it the Palpatine?
No, I think we talked about it being controversial. I don't think it's controversial. I thought it was funny as shit, but
Play it. I don't remember which one are you talking about. Yeah, that's not controversial.
you're like, I don't know if I should put that one up there. I don't know why it's not playing the audio though.
Oh, it's quiet. Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one.
But your shorts are fun. Confessions from the truck. These are there it is.
Aliens from a Star Wars show. It just
Oh, I remember when I was making the van shorts. Jennifer B. Oh God, I love her.
It's so fun. It's so good. It's so good. I mean, down to you've gotten some bigger guys. You've gotten people like Jay and people like Meg. I mean, Meg's at 100K. So yeah, it's been a good year of just being right. I mean, you wanted to do it. You beat your goal in like the first 8 or 9 months, right?
That was a
And-
moment, dude. I remember that moment because you were throwing your stream.
Mhm.
You were throwing your stream for me to get me
Mhm.
over. And I was
Mhm.
driving to South Lake Tahoe. It was like an hour and a half long drive. And the stream's going, and you're like, I hit these people up, I hit these people up, I hit these people up. I'm like, dude, this guy's got my back till death, bro. My God. And we're going through it, and it's like boop, boop, boop. Echo Base shows up, boop, 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 and it's like boop. 1K, and I'm like, oh God. I was so fucking happy. I just like it's this hump that
Well,
just
it
like
is.
it
It is.
sits right in front of you, you know.
Well, and it has to be done right. I mean, we've talked about this many a times. It has to be done right. They're real picky and they're real bitchy on the algorithm, and you got to do it right. And we had many of these talks early on. You're like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. And then one day you're like, okay, I think we need to talk about it. I know
You
the
talk,
elephant.
getting a 1K.
Yeah, just get into
Yeah.
monetization, right? You're like, no, I don't want to talk about it. No, I don't want to talk about it. And then one day you're like, we need to talk about this shit.
Yeah, it's
Like,
getting like it started to get real quick.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, I might have a fucking channel here.
Well, and that's just it. It's you've put in a lot of work. A lot of people have put in a lot of work. These guys, and you're going to ICC, which will be great. There's a lot coming out this year, which gives us a lot of legs. Last year was a hard year to get there too. There wasn't a lot of content for us to jibber jabber about that hadn't been beaten to death, right? So like last year was a hard year to start this journey, right? The theories and the explains and the the Zeros and all these guys, they've had years and years and years of content coming out every couple years. Granted, they had real dry spells in the middle because there weren't these shows, right? So they had these dry spells in between the movies, but there was a lot to conversate about. Now there's so much more in the metaverse that everybody's out here doing it, and there's a lot of channels to watch. And you did it in a harder year. COVID was ending. People were starting to go
That probably
outside.
helped, if anything.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you started a year earlier, you probably would have got more because
Yeah.
everybody was inside with nothing to watch.
That's kind of like what I love about it so much, though, is that it did happen in like a kind of a little bit of dead space. Is that the people that did gravitate towards the channel, the people that came to the community, and it's kind of like a soup base. Like once you put the soup base in, you can't really change this, like the soup. The base is always going to be the base.
I mean, unless someone like ABJ wants to sell me their channel, in which case we'll change the base.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying that like the antithesis, the birth of the channel, everything about this channel was Star Wars fans, even in a dead time, coming together and talking about Star Wars.
Right.
It wasn't hype off of one show. It wasn't a bunch of people who were going to fall off. It was real Star Wars fans coming together and taking the time to have conversations about Star Wars that they love in the past, criticizing and praising stuff that we have now. It was just this beautiful it was this melting pot of different Star Wars fans, and they all came together, and I loved every single one of them, and I got to talk to every single one of them, and I got to know so many different personal viewpoints of Star Wars, which is the craziest part,
Well, I mean, even to the point where, we get into some of your stuff on the New Year, right?
Man, that's still my intro to this day.
Right. So
I was so proud of that.
But you're here
I
on
did
New
that
Year.
whole lightsaber animation by myself.
No, I mean, this is New Year's Eve, and a lot of people don't have anywhere to be on some of these high holidays, let's call it.
Yeah.
So it's good to continue to involve people, right? High holidays are a good opportunity for people to come on, right? And you've done that a couple times on holidays. You're like, hey, I ain't got nothing to do. I ain't going nowhere. Let's stream. And you bring in a bunch of people. I think that's part of the appeal, possibly. Right.
Or another family.
Well, and it's a a lot of people probably don't know. This is a place where people have gotten into trouble. People have needed a little boost, a little help, whether it's a conversation late night, whether it's some cash to get them through next payday, whether it's, whatever the case is. That's kind of what this community has been about, right? Some people are too scared to ask for help. This is a community, I feel like it's not always the case. I feel like this is a place where maybe people let their guard down a little bit, maybe not in the general chat, but, people reach out. We constantly put up, posts saying, hey, so-and-so got a this or got a that, or needs a hand here, or needs a hand there. And that shit happens. That doesn't happen in a lot of other places. Maybe the patron of the channel, the proprietor of the channel will give somebody a boost or send somebody something. But as a community, it's a very different thing. It's very much like that take a penny, give a penny.
Yeah.
Jar. I kind of feel like that's how this community is. It's like, give a penny, take a penny. What do you need? How can we facilitate? I've given shit away here, my personal stuff. I think Webbin has my old PlayStation. Because what am I going to do with it?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember. Yeah.
He's like, you want any money for this? I was like, why? It's taking up space in my corner.
Yeah,
Thank
take
you
it.
for taking it. Right? Like, this is what I'm talking. I don't need $1 from somebody if I can help them get involved in what we're doing. Right? And that's where this community kind of shines. To a fault sometimes. Right? to a fault where it kind of kicks us in the balls a little bit when we try to get this community to help other channels out, and doesn't always work out. So in that
the big old tit slap.
in that regard, I'm not even going to name names. I'm not going to go back, but I'm just saying on both sides of that coin, there's good and bad. And here we try to focus more on the good in helping motherfucker out.
Yeah.
Right. That's the goal. That's the idea. So whether it's, having a late night talk with Aiden at college, whether it's talking Nicky off a ledge, whether it's late night with Matt getting hammered and then putting those streams on private. There's always something going on, right? There's always something that you're doing, and you're trying to be a good person with everybody, and not everybody appreciates it, right? Some people are like, you suck and I hate you, and you're like, well, I didn't even do anything today.
God, do you remember that?
There's a lot of that. I mean, I get those in the Discord all the time also, but I just go, okay, you're great too, bye.
And that's the thing that sometimes it'll wear on you when, like, I've gotten to know so many people through my Discord, through YouTube. I mean, and when I tell you like personal stories, I know a lot of people's personal life issues, what they're going through. And I'm not saying that I'm like a therapist or anything like that, but a lot of times people will message me and be like, I'm going through this, blah, blah, blah. And they don't ask like, hey, can we talk about it? It's just like, hey, here's what I have. And it's like, there's a spur for me to be like, of course, I want to help anybody who messages me. And just recently I had an experience where I had spoken to somebody over months and months and months and really tried to support them through positive conversation, having them hang out with me, maybe a personal phone call here and there. And then it winds up with, essentially they throw me in the dirt and I'm like, look, I'm just going to kind of wash my hands of this. And they're like, fine, I hate you. You're trash. Goodbye. And it's like, wow, man. Okay. So that's my to a fault to a degree.
Yeah.
And I think, it makes you kind of realize about, especially with some of the other big YouTubers, when you message them and you're like, hey, I'm just a person. I just want to talk. And they're like, I'm not going to do that, because they've probably been burned the same way,
Well, and that's the thing. Look, I mean, you had a very, what do we call it? You had a good launch pad from Jump Street. Unfortunately, that particular fruit soured over time, unfortunately, but you had a good launch pad when Theory did his first, bring everybody on, and you basically badgered him into bringing you on, which is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're like,
I beat the heck out of him. Yeah.
But at the same time,
I think I guilt tripped him with the last one. I'm like, bro, I don't have any more money. Bring me on. He's like, fine.
But yeah, you had a good launch platform. You had you met a couple of good people. Even though, like I said, that relationship didn't work out.
Couple good people out of that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean,
couple
Kat,
not so much.
Kat and Josh in particular, two people you talk to on a more regular basis, and it gave you a large viewing audience to get you started, so to speak. Not everybody came on, not everybody rushed over to all those people's channels, but it was a nice little launch pad for you to meet some people. These are important things, right? And you've had some fun people. You've had Kat, you've had Josh. Or you haven't had Josh. You've had Kat, you've had Jay.
Yeah. I haven't had Josh
yet. You've had Meg. These are people that have over 25,000 subscribers. You've got the 80 edits, the Ewoks. You've met some good people, and that's the idea, is to continue. You're going to ICC. This is going to be a big weekend for you to get to hang out with Coach, Nick, and some of the other guys. I hope you don't get rained on, but that's great. And that's what this is about. It's about community. It's about building bridges. We're not always going to agree on everything. And that's the idea about spirited debate. That's what Santa was talking about this morning. People genuinely thought he was like, get out of here, Obsession. You're a dick. Right. Like, that's what they were when he said, you get out of here. That's what they thought.
I mean, that's what you did to me.
Well, that's what I do to you all the time, but that's because like, we're fucking homies, right? But they didn't understand that I intentionally dive in and out of these chats because I don't want to hear any spoilers right now. Right? That's the idea, is go and support, leave it on mute. Don't look at it until somebody else is talking in the background about something else. But it's good to disagree.
Yeah.
If we
yeah.
all agreed on everything, these shits would be so boring.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, to a degree, people want to be validated in what they think, certainly about Star Wars. And I think there are a lot of channels out there that are just kind of echo chambers, and it's the same message every single time, and people keep coming back because, yeah, you want to be validated. I mean,
Right.
That's fair. That's 100% fair. But I just thought it'd be more interesting if we, when I started, I was like, hey, I really want to put a positive spin on Star Wars. But I think what I really meant to say was I want to hear what everybody has to say and then put that in more of a positive light. And I think that's the most important part, is that it's not that everything has to always be good. Everything has to always be hunky dory. It's that we can have these conversations and have it not be a freaking feudal war.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, and disagreements don't mean dislike.
Right.
Right. And I think that's a large misconception, is that I disagree with a lot of people fundamentally, but that doesn't mean I dislike them. And that's where people get lost.
Right.
But that doesn't happen a lot. I mean, yeah, I've seen some of the dragouts on your Discord and they're vicious. But at the end of the day, most of the time people are like, okay, that was fun. High five. See you later. Right. There's not a lot of animosity at the end of the day.
When I think about Star Wars and people's opinions and stuff like that, it's like, would you really be that mad if somebody said, like, I don't like filet of fish sandwiches from McDonald's?
Oh my God.
Like, yeah, would you get in this whole massive Twitter argument and be doxing people and exposing their private lives and all these different things, when that's really what we're looking at, is like, it's a filet of fish sandwich on a McDonald's. And it's hard to say that because this is obviously something that we care about. It's something that we hold very dear. It's something that we put a lot of time and a lot of money into. But yeah, people they take it so far. And it was, I just wanted a place where both sides could come and just relax a little bit. It's like a safe zone in a video game. Like, if you could imagine where you can take no damage in like Warzone, that was supposed to be what Xwing is like. It's the no damage zone in Warzone. And then if you want to pop out and go to another channel and everybody's screaming and shooting at each other and throwing grenades, oh God, fucking mortars coming in, take cover. And then they run back and they're in the safe zone and they're like, oh, all right, we're cool. Like, we're chilling. Yeah. Talking about it. That was the whole point of the community.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the whole idea. And that's, you tried, I remember the conversations, you tried to keep it positive as long as you could. But things are going to take their natural evolution and you're going to not love everything that comes out. Visions was one of those times where you're like, yeah, no, fuck this. No, fuck this. There's like, yeah,
Look,
maybe
there were parts of it that I liked.
That's what I was getting. There's 2 chapters that you're like, okay, cool. But the rest of that, you're like, fuck this. I'm not into this. Cool.
I think it was 3.
Cool.
To be fair.
3.
To be
Ninth Jedi, the Last Samurai, and then
I don't know if the Last Samurai was one of them.
whatever, you know what I mean, Ronin. But ultimately, we're not going to agree on everything. But one of the things I feel like that a lot of people enjoy. Well, this face, number one, I'm going to clip this face, and this is going to be my one of my new intros. But this was a fun event. This is actually why you wanted to start monetizing, right? This is one of the reasons you wanted to monetize, was because you wanted to do more dulling out
charity
right?
work, man.
And this is the, people don't really understand this. 1,000 subscribers is a big goal, right? That's the big goal. Really, there's a couple monumental points. There's 500, where you can start posting stuff in the community. They give you a community tab. It's a little more interaction. Then at the 1,000 mark, you get to monetize. You can do super chats and stickers and all that fun shit, memberships and all that. But this is what you're striving for now. The next big goal is 10,000. And for people that don't know, the 10,000 subscriber mark, that's when you can start doing charity streams through YouTube. Now, granted, they're not all the charities that we want to support, but there are always charities that you want to try to support. So that's the next goal, right? A lot of people don't know, you hit your 1,000, you're on the precipice of 200 more subscribers, and you got your 2K, maybe a couple months shy of your goal. But that's the next step that we're trying to get you to, right? That's the evolution.
Which is asinine to me. And it still upsets me so much that YouTube structures it this way, that you have to have 10,000 subs to do a charity stream. I mean, I understand that there's definitely, there are channels that you have to go through to verify that you are who you are and you're not shady and all that. 1,000 is plenty. I think 1,000 subs is plenty to be able to verify that you are who you are, especially with the hoops they make you jump through to verify who you are to get monetized. I think it's that's a conversation for another day, but that's
the next goal. That's
And the big thing too, there's two things. There's actually two reasons why I want to do 10K. One is for charity, so that we can do charity streams, because navigating the actual donation pages through some of these charity organizations, it's shady. Sometimes you think you're donating to one cause and it is something completely different. Every time I do it through the ones that these third-party charities that I have to, these third-party charity sites that I have to go through, I do as much research as humanly possible to make sure that the money is actually going where it needs to go. If it was through YouTube, I know it would at least be routed the correct way. I'm sure they take a bunch of money out of it, but at least it's going 100% to the right place. And then beyond that, once we hit 10,000, I really want to be able to do a sponsorship with Audible, because there are so many good Star Wars stories that haven't been read. There are so many just beautiful experiences you can have in the Star Wars universe that people won't pick up a book and read it because, maybe they're not avid readers. Reading has become less and less and less and less and less a part of people's adult lives.
You don't know how to read?
It's dude, it sounds crazy, but it's something like 78% of adults after they leave high school will never pick up a book again, which is just, it's crazy to me. But I'm kind of the same way. I just don't usually pick up a book and read. I'm really more of an auditory or a visual person. And so that's why I love Audible, because Audible has these beautiful stories, awesome Star Wars stories. It's like watching a movie when you listen to it, narrated by guys like Mark Thompson, who just do an amazing job playing all the different characters. And then beyond that, it's not just an audiobook with some guy reading, it's unabridged, and they have the actual sounds from the Star Wars universe. So if you hear Mark Thompson talking about a TIE fighter battle with an X-Wing, you can hear the sounds of the X-Wing, hear the sounds of the TIE fighter, you hear the lasers, everything. It's amazing. And so I really want the Audible partnership so that I can do some kind of charity work with maybe gifting audiobooks or doing something. I don't know. I just think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, look, the idea is to, I try to give back as much as we can, right? That's just a goal for me. But you evolved, like you said, some things fall in, some things fall out. But then,
I remember this one. Jedi is a bad word. That was the first stream where I had gotten mad about something said on social media, and I did a boomer council on it.
Right.
This is my first. Oh, nerds.
Well,
and then, you remember that one?
Mm-hmm. I like my little face in Grogu's.
Yeah.
That picture.
It's so quiet.
It's so quiet. And there's the boys. And that's the current boys.
And there's the boys. Yep.
The boys. And things have changed. Your background's pretty much the same. You just switch out helmets and stuff now. You've kind of found your signature look.
I sometimes I just pick at things and I move, change. I just and I go through my collectibles and change things here and there. But yeah,
Well, and I mean, it's tough. A lot of people don't know. It's hard to find new segments, right? We're constantly searching for new things to bring to everybody, right? Because otherwise you're just regurgitating the same shit. And you've had a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of them aren't up, but late nights have
oh, the
become
late nights.
your place to really just let it out.
Yeah.
You know, have a
Well,
good
not
time.
only me, but everybody in my community in the chat as well, to just kind of really let it go. And the reason I private them is because the people that you see in the day-to-day interactions of the Hangar Bay community are who we are as a person.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
When you go through and you watch one of the late nights, you see a lot of visceral reactions, a lot of it's letting the emotions out. You're venting big time. And I don't want somebody to come to the channel and watch one of the late nights and be like, it's one of those people. Cancel them, put them on Twitter. Fuck.
That doesn't matter anymore. No one's getting canceled on Twitter.
Because that's what they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, so it's a
that's
place where if you're awake and you're there for it, send it. And then it's like the perfect blackout drinking night, right? You go out and you can make all the mistakes you want to, and then in the morning they're all gone. You know?
Well, and let's be honest. I mean, you know, your game has come a little bit a pretty good length now. Your thumbnails are on point, you know. And it seems like you're having a good time with it.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the most important part, right? So, you know, everybody's here, everybody that's come and gone in the chat has entertained the idea that this is kind of the spot that you want to be as much as possible, right? I mean,
I'm happy. I'm comfortable.
yeah, I mean, you're doing it. I mean, the fact that you made it a year and you're almost at 2,000 subscribers, I mean, that's an epic run. I mean,
you want to know what's weird? I don't feel like I'm doing enough.
Well, you never do.
I don't feel like I'm doing enough. I always feel like there's definitely more that I could be doing. I could be putting out more videos. I could be reaching out to more people, and I probably could. But the most important thing to me with this channel is that it never becomes a hassle.
Yep.
And so I'm really kind of taking my time, enjoying it, creating organic relationships, trying to find people that I think will benefit the channel to bring on and talk to them, you know, regardless of YouTube drama. I know there are quite a few people. I'm friends with both of them, and they both have drama with each other. That spans multiple relationships, but you know, I think bringing people together is the most important part, and that's what I'm going to keep focusing on. And it's not always easy, dude.
No, it's not. It's I mean, look, this is no different than the high school lunch table, right? It's
so high school, dude.
There's drama, there's people that don't like each other.
Yeah.
There's, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to say I'm not guilty of it, but at the same time, I'm a grown ass man, and there's only so much stuff grown ass men can take from one another. This is why there's lots of people in prison with extended sentences because they just don't get along. You know, and so this is no different than the high school lunch table, right? And so some people are going to get along, and then sometimes you're going to get a seats taken. Can't sit here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is. And some people just don't want to be around each other, and it's probably better that way anyways.
Yeah.
Because if energies aren't going to mesh here in the digital space, forget about it in the real world.
I just I used to boy, I had a very, very short fuse growing up, super short fuse, and I have since learned to make my fuse nearly unending. There's always going to be a point when the powder keg blows, dude, but nearly unending. And the thing that I've done is that I refuse to play by anybody else's social rules. I don't want to play by their games. So they think that there's a table. There's no table for me. They think that there's a click. There's no click for me. That stuff doesn't exist in my head because I refuse to live in high school. I went through high school. I'm done with that. That's a chapter in my life that is over, and I'm never going back, bro. I wasn't a huge fan of high school. And so, you know, I would encourage any young content creator, anybody who's coming out and starting, don't play by their rules. Whatever you do, don't think about the clicks. Don't think this is not a caste society. Okay. This isn't ancient Egypt. You're not born a peasant and you can never become a pharaoh. That's just not how it works. Play the game by your rules.
Yeah. I mean, that's just it. And this is a very clicky space, right? This is a very, very fucking clicky space. And you know, and the great thing is there's a lot of people. It's funny that there's a lot of people I would talk to here in this space that I would not talk to in real life. Just because there are neutral places here that we can discuss things that in the real world sometimes we couldn't. I'd feel like, because people let their guard down a little more here than they do in the real world, right? And I feel like the lines in the sand are a little more definitive in the real world than they are here. So, you know, I feel like I don't play by the rules. I basically, if I like you, great. If I don't, cool. We don't have to coexist. We're not living in the same space. That's the best thing about this. So I try to keep myself around people that keep me positive.
And you don't have to see me at the lunch table tomorrow.
Right. Or at all. Unless you click on that subscribe button and go, I want to hear more about what this person has to say. You can click the unsubscribe button. You can click the unfollow button and you can say, cool, I don't ever want to hear what that person has to say again. And that's a great thing about this space, you know? But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, look at Nick and Coach, right? They didn't like each other when they first met. And now they're like, do you like Star Wars? Yup. Did we just become best friends? Yup. Right. That's what I want this space to be. Right. I want this space to be a neutral ground where we can all share. And yeah, you may get a little shit here or a little shit there, but really at the end of the day, we're all friends.
Yeah.
And this is
the bottom line.
This is the kind of the glue or the nails that keep everybody being friendly. And we build off of this to get closer and to learn more and to maybe change a perspective that you didn't see before and give a different point of view, maybe.
Yeah, don't hold your breath on it.
I don't.
But I pray for unity, not changing anybody's mind. That's basically where I'm at these days.
Yeah. No. I'm saying maybe you might change somebody's perspective on something they'd never seen a way here or there. But at the end of the day, you're free to think whatever you want. And that's the great thing about the space we live. And your community has a lot of that. There's a lot of fuck you. No, fuck you. Okay, let's go play some video games. All right, cool. See you there. Right? Like, that's just the way it is here. And I think people forget that when we get caught up in life and all this shit. You know, it's like everybody just put that shit aside and then we get in the Discord or we get on the channels and we have a good time. Right. And that's the way it should be. So, let's everybody in here has been, you know, chitter chattering. The chat's been going. I've been trying to keep up, but you know,
I've been watching too.
Like Hawk says, everybody poops. So, but yeah, dude, it's been a good year. I don't want to, I mean, I could rattle your cage all day and play some stuff that'll make you cry, but I don't really feel like doing that. But yeah, I mean, I could play the Sam Witwer stuff because I know that's entertaining for me.
It, dude. Play the Sam Witwer. Play it, Sam.
I think you had that on your channel, or did I have that on my channel?
That was a Casablanca reference. I have it in a short.
I think you did have it in a short.
But that might be on my TikTok, actually.
It might be. I don't know if it's on your short because you were on somebody else's channel at the time. You were on.
Yeah, I was on Coffee on Quarter Band. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's. I think that is on your TikTok. Let's see. I know I have my TikTok here. But what else are you gonna do before you leave for ICC? You have anything coming up with anybody?
I'm gonna spend some time with my fiance.
Here's a quick service call.
Oh my God! Stop. Yeah, spending time with the missus. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's been as awesome as everything has gone. I wouldn't have been able to do it without a supportive partner like her, because I spend a lot of time in this room behind this camera, and yeah, so
Yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely a good. It's definitely a good time to have a partner that's supportive.
Yeah.
There's definitely it's tough out there alone. But and then people like, why are you streaming all the time? I don't understand what you're doing up there. It's nice to have a supportive person in your corner to, you know, basically go through the trenches with you.
Yeah.
Yes, so to speak. And she's been a real good sport. We see her in the backstage more than the rest of the people do, and she's a
Yeah.
great sport.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're lucky. And we're gonna end this thing here in a second, but yeah, here's
Xwing. Sam Whitwer here with Walter and Buster, and Walter and Buster, and the Hangar Bay community wanted me to wish you a happy 30th birthday.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Hey, Walter. And
that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, we've had some fun. We've had a good time this year. I think everybody will enjoy probably more of the stuff you have coming up, because I know you're looking to get more into bringing more Star Wars people in if you can. I'm sure you're going to do a bunch of stuff at ICC where you're going to be taking pictures and doing videos with some of these peeps, maybe, which would be great.
100%. Yeah.
I know there's
Expect a lot of shorts.
That's kind of what I was figuring from ICC was going to be either you guys putting together like just lives from panels. Like somebody better have a live going out there while you're walking the convention. Because I want to.
I'll do a live. I'll do a live.
Do at least a live of the
short,
convention floor. Because that's what I think Sheev and I were talking about, is just putting up the camera for at least like half an hour and walking the full floor. I don't know how big ICC is going to be. I don't know how big the convention floor is. I don't know how many.
Pretty decent size. Pretty decent. Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to seeing what the scale is, because I can't make it out. So I'm looking, Hawks and I were talking, we're living vicariously through you guys at ICC, and you guys will be doing the same.
I'll be doing the same. Yeah,
exactly,
for celebration.
But no, if your schedule changes, let us know, because I know there's extra stuff running around. I was talking to Sheev today about getting a little house. Now that you're not coming, it'll probably be more scaled back, because I was going to do something bigger if everybody was coming, but you're scaling back, so it'll probably be a little house. But if things change, or if you have a day that you can swing and bring your old lady and have a good time, come down, because there'll be a space, because we definitely have
it's like freaking 8. It's like a 9-hour drive, so I'd have to leave at like 1 o'clock in the morning to get there by 10 a.m. and then Sunday basically I didn't even know if I'd be able to. And then you add gas on top of what tickets cost. It's like,
it's madness. No, I know.
Yeah.
We're taking both cars, because I'm sure we're going to be splitting up at some point, and she's going to be going back to the apartment, and I'm going to stay at the convention. But yeah, I know that everybody's looking forward to the next month of Star Wars. I know we're going to be doing a lot more with Kenobi and Bad Batch and Andor and all this shit. You picked a good second year, because I think this year is going to be a lot of fire for us. New games, Fallen Order is supposed to drop, so I think the next couple months are going to be good, man. And you're going to get
massive shows, dude. Kenobi and Andor are going to be massive,
dude. Yeah. And then hopefully Jedi Fallen Order 2 comes out, and we get another great game that we can go ape shit about, and everybody can play and geek out about, much like we are for Lego Star Wars. I saw you playing some sequels today. Your thumbnail was fantastic. But yeah, man, I think you've done a great job the last year, and I wanted to just hang out. We haven't hung out, just you and me, in a long time. And
I know it's been too long.
It's been good. So I wanted to kind of take you through a walk through your past, if you will, be the ghost of Christmas past today. And, just show you some of the strides you've made. I didn't go through the Discord. There's all kinds of appreciation for what you guys have created over there, but keep on keeping on, keep bringing in good people to help you, because I know Mom and Risman have been a large part of why you're where you at. And yeah, let's just keep doing it. Let's do it. Hopefully, in another year we can look back and look at all the shit we've done, and hopefully we're all still here.
We will be.
And hopefully we're all still hanging out on Wednesdays, and everybody's still doing the damn thing. I know life gets in the way. We don't get to see everybody as much as we would like to, but it is good to see the homies in the chat, Matt, Ladodge, Leia Rose, Alan, all of these guys are constantly in all the streams we do. Like I said, I think Matt's got like 4 computers set up at home, and he's just got a command center, because I don't know how
they have tabs now for internet, so you can actually open multiple tabs.
Yeah, but he pays attention to everything. It's a difference. Like,
that's the crazy part.
Open,
yeah,
right. I have tabs open. I'm like, oh, Xwing stream here, Hawks is gaming there, Matt Cave's over there. I got things open, but I can only go one at a time. Matt's got 4 clones at home that are all in different streams, going moderator here, moderator there, moderator everywhere.
He's got real good selective hearing. I think that's what it is.
It's impressive. I'm very impressed with all of it. But yeah, I appreciate you and what we do. I think you've done a good job at kind of keeping it light. Some days are rougher than others, and some content is harder to swallow than others, but we've kept it light. We've had a lot of fun, and yeah, I think everybody appreciates you, and I know I appreciate you being around, and let's just keep doing what we're doing, even though I'm sure, some nights we get off stream and you're like, God, that guy sucks tonight. But at the end
every time. Yeah.
Yeah, just about. But yeah, we've been having fun, man. So keep on keeping on, and we'll close this out. Anything you want to say to the people that are here or that are going to watch later that are just happy that we're doing this?
Just be kind to one another, man.
Yes, and take care of your pets and your animals, because everybody's got them and they love us more than we love them, and they can't tell us what's wrong. So enjoy yourselves, enjoy your family, enjoy your friends. Don't be a sheep. Speak your mind, get in there, get out there, and if you want to choose to do something like this, there's an example of what you can be with a lot of dedication and a lot of time and a lot of goodness. So on that note, I'm going to brush us out of here, but this has been a good time. We haven't just sat down and chatted. There's always been an agenda or a fucking show we're critiquing or staying up late to watch or whatever the fuck it is that day. We haven't just got to chill and kind of look back, and I don't think you've even looked back that much. So
kill the past.
Yeah. Let it die. Let it die. You'll get to that episode next. You have that episode is next on your Star Wars.
Okay.
Wait for it. It's gonna be so good.
Oh, great.
But yeah, man. Yeah. Anything else? Feeling good? Good.
Yep.
Well, everybody, thanks for joining us. Everybody thinks that we don't always get along, but that's quite the contrary. We disagree on purpose sometimes, just because it's fun to get the other person's fun.
Let it be known, this is my ride or die homie.
Yeah. We're having a good time. Anybody that ever thinks that, oh, those guys don't like each other. No. It's nothing but love. It's nothing but admiration. And everybody should thrive to have the same relationships, is to disagree and then get off and be like, that was fun. Good job. So yeah, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for hanging out with us. And for my cohort in crime, who's always here on the other side, we'll see you guys soon. Take care and have a good night. And always remember, the Force is with us and the Force is with you.